Welcome to day one of the New to Medicare Bootcamp. This gives you 5 straight days of topics in the right order for someone brand new to learning about Medicare, saving you tons of time and avoiding going down rabbit holes on the internet. I'm Pam Turner, the creator and facilitator of the Medicare Facebook group known as Navigating Medicare the Easy Way. I help you to put aside all your fears and worries about getting onto Medicare and enrolling in the right plan by streamlining the whole process for you. The problem that everyone is up against when you're approaching Medicare for the first time is that it's like a fire hose of information coming at you in a completely different language. How is anyone supposed to know how to process all that information? The way I break things down for you each day this week, days 1 through 5, is going to give you the right context for the next topics coming up so it's easier to digest and you're not all over the place learning everything randomly out of order. Today we're talking about timing your Medicare sign up. Did you know that everyone has their own personal Medicare timeline? Or in other words, the right timing for your situation, whether or not you should sign up when you're eligible or wait due to other factors. And yes, you can actually wait based on employment or other possible situations, which I'll get into. I'm going to break down for you why everyone has their own personal timeline, that it's not necessarily always going to be based on your 65th birthday month, and how to work out your personal timeline. Watch all the way to the end to hear the pitfalls to avoid and the types of insurance that won't qualify you to opt out of Medicare Part B. So what is a Medicare timeline? This is the time leading up to your Medicare enrollment and the options you personally have based on your own situation when you can and cannot enroll in Medicare and supplemental coverage. There's several steps you need to take in the right order, which include knowing how and when to sign up for Medicare, and knowing if you qualify to hold off enrolling in Medicare. The first most obvious reason that everyone's timeline is different is that everyone has a different birthday, so that's point number one. And then there's those that are able to enroll outside of their 65th birthday month due to special circumstances. Everyone's situation and retirement goals are different. In case you were wondering, the open enrollment you may have heard about that happens every fall has nothing to do with all of you that are new to Medicare. It's only for those that are already on Medicare and adding, switching, or dropping those plans known as Medicare Advantage or Part D drug plans. Here's how you can know when you should sign up on Medicare. There's 2 things that factor into this. Number 1, whether or not you plan to keep working, and number 2, whether or not you're already collecting your Social Security benefit. The starting point of figuring out your own personal timeline is knowing whether or not you're going to keep any existing insurance with your current job or a spouse's job. Maybe you plan to keep working. Maybe your current health insurance at work is really good and you want to keep things the way they are for a while longer. Just know this, there are penalties and delays that if you don't get on Medicare in time, so I'm about to mention what the rules are when it comes to holding off on Medicare and how to do it right. The only way to delay Medicare without getting penalties and delays in coverage is you must be enrolled in health insurance through a current job or a spouse's job. It has to be current employment. It can't be insurance through a job you're no longer working at. Secondly, the size of the company matters. If there's less than 20 employees, Medicare has to become the primary payer of your health insurance. So in this case, holding off on Medicare won't work. So if your company has less than 20 employees, you need to get Medicare on time, even if you don't want it. Otherwise, you'll end up being responsible for 80% of your healthcare costs. This is an actual pitfall. People have encountered the wrong advice. If you work for a big company, 20 or more employees, and if they provide your health insurance and you don't want to enroll in Medicare yet, in most cases you should be able to delay your Medicare with no problems as long as you're working. And the same goes if you get your insurance through your spouse's company. If you fall into this situation, your window to enroll in Medicare lasts up to 8 months after you or your spouse leave the job when that job is providing your current health insurance. Let me know in the comments if anything is confusing so far, or if you have any questions, you can type questions in the comments. Here's how your Social Security affects your Medicare enrollment. Social Security does not affect your Medicare start dates at all. Social Security does not trigger your Medicare to start, and signing up for Medicare does not trigger your Social Security to start either. Your Social Security status only affects the way you sign up. If you're already collecting Social Security before you turn 65, congratulations. There's nothing to do at all to sign up for Medicare. You'll receive your Medicare card 3 to 4 months before your 65th birthday month. Your Medicare will automatically be set to start on the first day of your 65th birthday month, unless your birthday is on the first of the month, and then it's going to back up a whole month. So this means when you're already collecting Social Security, you'll automatically get your Medicare card in the mail. And if you think you want to possibly delay Part B when you get your card, you'll be able to send back a postcard letting Medicare know that you want to opt out of Part B. This might apply to you if you're collecting Social Security, but you happen to still be on your spouse's work plan, so maybe you don't want to pay for Part B yet. If you're not collecting Social Security yet, you will need to actively sign up for your Medicare on the Social Security website once you know for sure that you're not planning to delay Medicare because you're covered at work. You'll go to ssa.gov to complete the online Medicare application. You'll see that sign up for Medicare link right on the homepage. So now let's look at 2 examples of someone enrolling in Medicare and how their personal Medicare timelines will be completely different based on their individual situations. Example number 1, someone has a birthday in the month of September. Their date of birth is September 15th. If they aren't collecting Social Security, they have to go out of their way to sign up for Medicare on the Social Security website, or else nothing will happen. They wouldn't get signed up otherwise. The earliest a September birthday is able to complete this enrollment is exactly 3 full months prior to September 1st, so that would be June 1st. If this is you, your window is right around the corner. Just to repeat, with a birth date in the month of September, June 1st is the first day that you complete the application on ssa.gov, and the Medicare coverage starts September 1st. So you can see how early this allows you to start getting everything in place. This takes care of your original Medicare sign up nice and early, so you have plenty of time to work on making a decision on supplemental coverage. Example number 2. Here's another scenario where someone also has their 65th birthday in September, but her husband's company provides her insurance. The company has more than 20 employees, so she decides to wait and not sign up for Part B of Medicare. She signs up for Part A of Medicare because it's free. Her husband wants to work another 18 months. Once he knows the exact month he plans to retire, she can set her Part B start date to the first of the month that his work insurance is set to end at his retirement. There's some forms Medicare will require for her to fill out and submit to prove she was covered by the group plan that whole time. The forms must be submitted at the time she signs up for Part B. She would sign up for Part B and submit this paperwork 3 months before her husband's work insurance is going to end. So you can see there's a great deal of flexibility for those that want to keep working as long as there's insurance through current employment. That's the key. Here's the pitfalls to avoid. There's certain types of insurance that will not keep you safe from getting a penalty if you decide not to get Part B of Medicare right when you turn 65. It's so easy to assume you're fine because you're covered by health insurance. Why would Medicare penalize you, right? But if you don't have insurance through a current job or a spouse's current job, you will run into problems with penalties. The first type of insurance that won't save you from a penalty is COBRA Continuation Insurance. COBRA is an acronym. It's the continuation of employer insurance after leaving the job. If you're enrolled in COBRA insurance from a past job and delay getting Medicare, this will not prevent you from a penalty like current employment does. However, you do have an 8-month window before the penalty kicks in if you do want COBRA during that time frame. Secondly, retiree insurance. This is the same situation as COBRA. It's not the same as having insurance through a current job. So thinking you're safe to hold off on getting Medicare Part B just because you have retiree insurance is a mistake. And people do make this mistake because they think, I have work insurance. That's what they think with their COBRA. I have work insurance, but it's not enough. Just like with COBRA, with retiree insurance, you do still have an 8-month window to sign up for Part B once your employment ends. So during this time, you could be on COBRA or the retiree insurance, but beyond the 8 months, COBRA or retiree insurance will not protect you from a penalty. The third type of insurance is individual insurance through the marketplace, and also which would kind of fall under this as well is any kind of like short-term health insurance and that type of thing. But I'm mainly focusing on the marketplace insurance for a reason, because this just flat out is not compatible with Medicare at all. You may want to keep it, but as soon as you're eligible for Medicare, you won't qualify for a subsidy anymore. And isn't that why everybody loves marketplace insurance? Is because of the subsidy. That means if you're paying a 0 monthly premium or a very low monthly cost, you won't qualify for that subsidy anymore. Even if you somehow continued to get the subsidy accidentally, you'd end up having to pay it all back come tax time, or the plan may cancel your plan retroactively, even if you had medical care during that time frame. They don't care. They can pull it and you'd have to pay back everything. So it's not worth trying to keep this insurance. If Marketplace is the only health insurance you have, you must drop it and get onto Medicare when you're first eligible to avoid any penalties. I want to share with you a couple resources to get more information. There's a companion workbook that walks you through my entire Medicare roadmap. I wrote this workbook. This topic of your Medicare timeline is covered in there. And it's the first step to go through on your Medicare journey that you need to get worked out before you get into any other topics. You can find access to the workbook on my website, decodingmedicare.com. It's in the drop-down menu along the top, and also if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's a request form for the workbook in the footer of my website. Again, it's decodingmedicare.com. Are you in more of a hurry to get things done with your Medicare? If you want to fast track this, or maybe you're just plain confused and need help, we can work together on getting this done. I do 90% of the heavy lifting for you, and it won't cost you anything. You can learn about any and all of these topics all at once in a short time frame by booking a free call with me to sort out your situation. In addition to making it faster and easier, you also get an extra layer of support ongoing when you're my client. That just comes automatically with signing up on your Medicare plans through me. I don't rush you, and we keep working on finding a plan until we arrive at the best fit for you. I've had clients that needed more time with me because their situation was more complicated. I also handle the ongoing maintenance of your Medicare plan year after year, which is also free with me. What that means is your Advantage plan or your standalone drug plan will change every single year. So when you enroll through me, you have me in your corner to go through these changes each and every year instead of having to relearn everything yourself and wondering each year if you should be making any changes. You wouldn't believe how many stories I've heard from people that got help initially with their Medicare plan from an independent agent that never heard from them again or tried to contact them and never got a call back. Also, many have a hard time finding help with the Part D drug plans these days because not all agents and brokers help with these standalone drug plans. You can book a call anytime through my website, decodingmedicare.com, on the contact page. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.